Yeah, that's a good like starter farm build. Uh, yeah, that's good. I like that. It's a good basic one. Yeah, it's T2 spell suppressed too. That's much better than what you had before. From that perspective, you can just craft move speed, onslaught on that. Those are good. Or you could keep slamming it for better. Regenerate is okay. It's not worthless. Yeah, the Maven boss is tough if you don't. You need to get a tincture, Surmander. Do you have a tincture now? Good. All right. Now let's figure out this Cobra Lash build here. Yep. We just equipped Cobra Lash. We do 0 damage because we have the wrong weapon. So a cheap weapon for this build would be Beano's kitchen knife. So we'll start off with Beano's. 6 mil DPS without doing anything. A good start. We don't need return proj, but we do need greater multiple proj. We're gonna move away from crit damage probably. Don't need inspiration. I don't know about endurance and gloves, but you can craft gloves with aspect of the cat. You just buy a Feral's cat, dump it in your beast crafting, and then kill it with the gloves that have an open suffix. You don't have to buy one with aspect of the cat. Feral is probably dirty cheap. I mean, Feral First of the Plains is like 20 casts. You can craft aspect of the cat onto any glove that has an open suffix for 20 casts. Pretty sure it's a suffix. Yeah, suffix. Yeah, so just find gloves that have like attack speed and useful stats, and then yeah. Uh, no, I mean it's you need a Black Morgan with your ferals, so that increases the cost to 1 div. Level 30 aspect of the cat is higher base stats, but it's not a lot. But I mean, you buy a feral and a Black Morgan, and then you slam a feral and a Black Morgan into your gloves. That's not bad either. It's a little bit less spell suppression, but if you need the fire res, that's good. Yeah, so aspect of the cat. Well, hold on. Market cornered on shields. Aspect of the cat. So the level 20 version has 10% attack speed. The level 30 version has 60 attack speed, and there's 100% crit versus 120% crit. So the level 30 is worth it if you want to spend the extra div. It's 6% attack speed, 20% crit chance. Overlash, greater proj. It chains. 8% more damage. Pain remaining. Get rid of that. Gonna be poisoned, yes. But we're gonna have to craft a pneumatic dagger for this build. Because we need all damage this weapon can poison. And so, I mean, I don't know how hard it's going to be to find a pneumatic dagger that has any sort of freaking fractures on it, but I mean, we'll pretend like we have something reasonable. Maybe we can hunter slam this thing. And then we can craft on multiplier. We can't craft on. Hydroscale are good gloves, so I would just find the best gloves. Like the base, a high base is good, but it's not a requirement. A hydroscale are good. Wyvern scale are the best. Craft on chaos damage over time multiplier, and then we roll on damage over time multiplier. And then we don't use an Arn's Anguish, we use Alessia's. Taming, Wraeclast, Yoke, Interrogation is all correct. Hey, River Scale's okay, but Wyvern Scale is the best. We're not going to be able to burn our targets and run LE damage with attacks. What do you mean settle with that? Those are great. T2 suppress? You can still craft a prefix onto there. You can craft life plus armor or something else good. Those are good. You settle. On this one, we could run Snake Bite, though. We get a snake bite with maximum frenzy charges. Life plus. I would do ES plus armor. Yeah, I would do ES plus armor. I mean ES plus life. I would do ES plus life. Oh, 1.5 div for these gloves. That's definitely worth it. Snakebite gloves. Dagger's expensive though. And we don't need crit. So we lose the crit. Come down here and not void manipulations. Cover lash, the projectile? Yeah, so volatile. Proj, vicious proj. It's damage over time, more physical damage over time, more proj. Proj damage doesn't. What about deadly? We'll figure out this last one here. Trinity, Ice Bite, Cover Lash, Greater, Volatile. Yep, there you go. Well, yeah, because some of them have better rolls. Like, the price spread is big because there are some of those in the price spread that have T1 everything. Alright, so now we need to work on our poison DPS. And we're probably going to do this by kicking crit out of the build. A Jewel is an easy way to do that. Here we go. 10%. What is our poison on chance hit right now? Snake Bite and Cobra Lash caps our poison chance. Very nice. Poison node up here. We don't need that poison hit. We need those multipliers. That multiplier. And poison faster doesn't really benefit us. But we are making stuff bleeds. Are we? Oh, we're not making things bleed anymore because we don't have a chance to bleed on hit. Maybe this is still worth it. We're at level 97 already, and not a lot of bleed action, or not a lot of poison action here. Where is pain remaining? Hmm. We need a source of wither. How are we going to get wither? Those are not bad. That's a good base to craft on. Get cat. It's good. This depends. Do you need the evasion? I mean the accuracy? Blah blah blah. I would say the slink gloves are better damage. The crafted damage while leeching is huge. They've also got more life. Yeah, I would say the miracle hands are just better. Like they're straight up better. If you had an open prefix on the Wyvern scale and they had more life, I would use them, but the ones you have are actually really good. Although you do need to roll Searing Exarch mod on that and get non-ball strikes strike an additional target. That's big. That's the Eldritch mods. The Searing Exarch implicit. So lesser the orbs of ember or whatever. These little guys, lesser eldritch embers. Yeah, red ones. Those accuracy. Come on, POB, give me some good strategies. Suffering on making this cover last 2 damage. You're not missing anything, Theo. There are some out there. They're just not cheap. I've crafted as many of them as I can to get some for people. But I'm kind of limited on the availability of the market. And so I'm keeping an eye out for them, and I'm buying them, and I'm crafting them. Anything I have for sale, I'll sell to y'all for a significantly lower price. So, like these are, this is a 15 div shield, this is a 12 div, this is a 5 div, this is a 2 div. You could buy these for like 1, 3, 6, 8. Chicken, link me the shield in game. Locati underscore LS underscore Slayer. It doesn't matter where you are. This is yeah, I'll do this one for 1 div. It's got max life, the block chance, suppress spell damage, avoid elements, and attack speed. It's an implicit shield, so there's no way to get the Crusader orb into it. But yeah, just whisper me this whisper. And it is all yours. That is a good shield, but you're going to need to benchcraft on it before you slam it. So benchcraft attack speed on it, and then slam it. Hold on. What if we just nuke this? Go here. Calm down, full DP. We're working things out. Oh, people suck sometimes. It's like these people that list an item and you whisper them and they immediately unlisted and listed higher. I won't buy the item higher. Period. You listed it for a reasonable price the first time. Don't be a piece of shit. And I get it if it's just a totally mispriced item. Like if it was supposed to be 10 div and they actually listed it 10 chaos. Like that's a different story. No cornered prey is good, but trying to avoid that little area. I know lethality is good. I have it. Why are you telling me to take lethality? Like this guy had the shield listed that I could craft on for like 20C, and then he immediately relists it for 3 divine. And it's not worth 3 divine. Oh, I'm struggling making this guy do some poison damage without just using a super expensive dagger. I'd really like to just build around Beano. So I wonder if there's any way we can just build around Beano. So if we build around Beano, we don't need Ralakesh. Don't need a taming. Don't need an interrogation. So we start off there. We're going to make a poison build. In fact, let's just kick off this cluster jewel entirely. Yeah, we're gonna make a poison build. You need a good shield. I think I understand what you're trying to say, Chicken. If you just check this node right here, 15% chance to poison on hit, you can guarantee the target is poisoned, and that increases the damage benefit from yoke. Dustin, why don't you just run Breach on Defiled Cathedral? Like, you don't change your farming strategy. You do the exact same farming strategy. You just do it on Defiled Cathedral until it. Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair. I don't know. I don't run Breach. You could be right. I mean, you're probably wrong, but you could be right. We don't need skitterbots. Could we not run Determination? We could definitely not run Determination on this build. Could run Malevolence. Flesh and Stone. Beano's. Alright, now we need to change our Overlash stuff because Trinity Ice Bite. I still think we should run Greater Multi-Proj, but Elemental Damage is gone. And so here we go. Do we just run a fucking robe? The Covenant Spider Silk, right? We do run a Covenant Spider Silk. Sir Mander, thank you very much for the sub. I take it you're enjoying the build. Have you transitioned over, or are you just subbing early? Sounds good. Whenever it's time to six link that chest, let me know and I'll kill the Morgan for you. Need precision? Yeah. So the easiest way to six link the rogue is to buy a black Morgan for one div, and then a Krasik Sand Spitter for like 5 chaos, and you just put the chest and the animals in your bestiary, and you kill the black Morgan, and it automatically six links your chest as long as it has 6 sockets. If it doesn't have 6 sockets yet, you can use an Omen of the Jeweler for 15 chaos to put 6 sockets on it. I have the Timeless Jewel for this build already. Yeah, so all you need is a Morgan to six link it. A Morgan and a Krasik Sand Spitter. Thank you, Grant. Appreciate that. I mean, before this, I had a job that I worked 60 hours a week in, and responsibilities that were different than what I have now. And so it wasn't in the cards. Now I'm living on an island, a tropical island in Indonesia, and I've got time and energy for it, and it's nice. I appreciate that, Sir Mander. I really do. Come on, we gotta make Cobra Lash work here. I really want this to work. I need to get 10 mil DPS. If I can hit 10 mil DPS, I'll be happy. I have an amulet and a ring still that I haven't done anything with. And in fact, I've got 2 rings. And I don't want to use a Mings, but the option is to use a Mings. Point blank Flicker Strike. Don't forget the increased max life Feral Spur. That's also clutch. Yeah, Sir Mander, so I worked in sales my whole life. I worked in sales because I lived in America, and if you live in America, money is everything. And so I worked a job that paid me very well. And I always wanted to teach. But with a master's degree in physics, the average pay for like your first 10 years as a professor is like $40,000 a year. And so that's just not going to cut it. So I didn't teach. But now I get the opportunity to teach. I enjoy teaching. And so like making build guides and helping people in channel is all it is figuring out puzzles and teaching people, and that's fun and exciting for me. And so I really enjoy that. It's insane how poor teachers are paid in America. Every other country in the world values their teachers, just about except for America. I have a baseline for making build the Well, I mean, the physics helps, but really the bachelors in math and the bachelors in organic chemistry, those are the key components. Is it worth running if you really like Smite? Is it better than Lightning Strike? Not at all. All right. I got food here. I'm gonna run and eat real quick. I'll be like 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll still try to figure out this poison build. We gotta make this poisony poison guy function on Beanos. He's got to do it with Beanos. That's the kicker. Because I want that poison explosion or poison plague spread. Uh, Proliferation, poison proliferation. That's the word I'm looking for. Ooh, congratulations! Very very nice shield. Very nice shield. Good job, sir. Very nice. We get like 2,500 earthquakes a year. That's like three a day. That's real talk. I'll be back. Alrighty. We're back. Let's figure out poison build. Don't want to use Mings. Very nice, Viking. Looks like we're stuck going with this bleeding here, though. Like, it's too good to not take. But we're only at 3,300 health. And we're using a Covenant Silk. Let's turn off Granite and Jade. Where are we at? Armor is super tanked right now. So we're going to have to run a Determination. Which means we lose Malevolence. It works by being absolute garbage and don't use it. Unfortunately. You can do the map thing. Yeah, the mapping thing is good. And there's some good returns on that. Oh, we're just not scaling our poison up high enough. I really want to use this Cobra Lash just because it's a new skill. But this... We can't use Splitting Steel. No. So, on the guide, the resists are just capped in configuration. And that's just like find resistance on gear. I'm not telling you which slot to put resists on because it depends on what you have. And it would be impossible to follow a guide that says you need 44% fire resistance here and 35% fire resistance here. Probably Disciple of Unyielding, Sirmander. And so you don't have to run the sword for accuracy, but you'll have to find accuracy somewhere else. So you can get accuracy on your helm, you can get accuracy on your rings. Like there's a lot of other places you can get accuracy from, but you will need accuracy from somewhere. Hold on, I gotta fix my monitor. There we go. You will need accuracy from somewhere else And so ring and helm are the biggest spots. And your resistances are going to come from helm, ring, things like that. And yeah, the strength and int and crit chance is a craft. It's a bench craft. You could play a chieftain if you wanted nothing to die. That is an option. If you play chieftain, nothing will die. Like, you won't die, the enemies won't die. It just becomes a giant dance party. It's like DDR. Fizz taken on gear is way too hard to come by and still fit in the build. Your only real source of it is like one helm enchant. Very nice, Sai. And yeah, Grant, we use, so the main build uses determination plus flesh and stone plus sand stance plus skitterbots. Helm can also have double accuracy, so you can get percent accuracy and flat accuracy. I want to do chaos damage. I've got an amulet and 2 rings, but I don't think there's any way. You can run it Zeri's Promise. That's not going to help us. We can run a tincture. Not even that much DPS. Giant tincture. What about Poacher's Mark versus Snipers? Poacher's Mark is better than Sniper's Mark. Running Determination and Flesh and Stone. Still need Int for something. Strength for Determ, and we need Int for Covenant. And we're at 95 spent on the tree. And we can't give up spell suppression. Give up that. That gets us to here. Oh, I don't even have a neck. Like we're no neck, no rings right now. Oh, probably my sinuses, which are like that. That's my sinuses, which are killing me right now. I mean, so we're gonna anoint Disciple of the Unyielding because that's the right anoint. So our Amni is gonna bring in a mill DPS, and then whatever our rings bring in. But we need to pick an amulet. That's a good question. I don't have any clue. We just run Heries? What if we ran a crit Heries? That is almost no damage. That's a no-go. Ah. I mean, we're gonna have to use a rare amulet. But we can run a strength and amulet. We need a damage over time multi-amulet. And chaos damage over time multi-amulet. And then like decent all attributes roll and attribute intrinsic on it, maybe. Probably physical and chaos would be better. Like life. That's an expensive amulet, but it's not a crazy expensive amulet. We don't have any fortify here. But I mean, we're technically a ranged class. I don't think that's that big of an issue. Ming's Heart. So this is the DPS in the build, unfortunately. And that puts us at 7 mil. But it also kills our life pool. And we're a ranged build with spell suppression and block chance, but I don't like that. And then we have to fix our Ellie res somewhere, and the only choice we have is this helmet. And so that's not going to work. Maybe I am missing something. Let's. Oh wait, hold on.